Ever wonder what kicks off your mortgage journey? It's the loan application. So let me break it down. All lenders have to use the same form. It's called a 1003. Luckily for you as the consumer, most lenders have a user-friendly interface that just asks you questions that you can answer and then fills in the 1003 for you. We don't just give you this paper application anymore. So most likely you'll go online and fill out an application, and you're going to answer questions that are going to satisfy all the questions on this loan application. Think of it as the resume for your mortgage. It includes things like your employment and income, assets and debts, property information, and the type of loan that you're applying for. You'll have to include things like your address, if you're married or unmarried, how long you've lived at that address. We need a 2-year history of your address of where you've lived, and not just a P.O. box. We need the actual physical address of where you've lived. We'll also need your current employment and where you work, how you make your money, that kind of stuff. I need 2 years history of how you make your income. If you have other income sources rather than just a job, I need that information as well. Then there's the financial information section. So this is all your assets. So assets are like money in the bank. So something you have in your bank account. We also need your liabilities. Typically we get that just by pulling your credit. So that way you don't have to worry about actually telling us, oh, I pay this credit card this much and this car loan this much. We just pull your credit and we have all the liabilities on there. If there's any liabilities that are not on your credit report, such as like child support that you're required to pay or alimony, something like that, then you have to disclose that to us. Then there's the real estate section. So if you own any properties already, you need to tell us which properties you own and what the addresses are, how long you've owned them, is there a mortgage on that property, all that kind of stuff. We also need to know if you have any rental income on any of the properties that you own. If you're going to be given any money for the down payment, just as a gift or a grant, we need to know that as well on the application. Then we're going to ask you a bunch of yes or no questions about, have you ever been bankrupt before? Have you had any judgments against you or foreclosures? Are you a guarantor on other debt that didn't show up on your credit report? Have you owned any homes in the last 3 years? Just questions about your financial picture and making sure that we didn't overlook anything. There's a couple more sections where you have to acknowledge everything and sign it. Then we ask you about your military service. We'll also ask you some demographic information. And it is important to fill out the demographic information because we as loan officers and lenders get evaluated on if we're giving enough loans to the right type of people. If we're only giving loans to this certain demographic and denying loans from everyone in this demographic, well, that doesn't look good on us, right? Like, we need to make sure that we are lending equitably. So go ahead and fill out the demographic information. It doesn't affect your loan application at all. It's just a way for us to get graded, basically, and making sure that the numbers in the background all make sense. And that's really it for the application. So it's pretty easy to go through. Like I said, most of the time that there's an online application and the user interface is very friendly and it just asks you questions and guides you through it. And a lot of times it won't let you skip certain things, but don't worry. If you can't figure something out, you don't know something, you can skip that or leave it blank, and your loan officer can always change any of the information once we actually get a hold of the application. So don't fret if you mess something up. It's okay. We'll fix it before this actually turns into a loan. I'd love to help you get pre-approved and walk you through this loan application process. So please let me know how I can help. And there's a link in my caption to fill out that application online to get started.